Radiant team, ban. Dire team, ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Radiant team pick.
Slaughter.
Dire team pick.
Lone Druid.
Dire team pick.
War Chief. Bane.
Dire team ban. Dire team ban.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we are for the first game in the first best of 3 of today's WellPlay Invitational Season 7 action. We are still at round number 1, so upper bracket, no one's going home today. But that doesn't stop us from having some amazing matches. Team Spirit versus Effect, first one on the docket right now. So CIS, Dota, Superb, if you want to call it that. And Effect probably coming in as the favorites here.
Dire team pick.
Vengeful spirits.
Mind. That being said though, this draft is going extremely quickly, so without further ado, my name is DragonDrop, I'm joined by PQMZ. What are your thoughts so far?
Both teams know what they want, that's for sure.
Yeah.
They probably scrim against each other a bit, and the Lone Druid sent out pretty
10
standard
seconds
stuff, and then
remaining.
tends to deal with all the minus armor and the drow
Radiant
hits.
team ban.
It's like a speed draft because everything
Yeah, it
makes
really is.
intuitive sense, right? It's not like something crazy is happening here. I mean, maybe the Bane, you could say. It's a hero that you don't see all that often. Sven, I would argue as well. But everything else, the Drow strat coming up from Team Spirit with the Viper mid, super annoying to deal with, Weaver, and
10
that's
seconds remaining.
offlane or support position, him or the Slaughter.
5 seconds
Um,
remaining.
Slaughter will support
Yeah.
either one of them.
More likely. So there's
Reserve
not a whole lot to
time.
say about this, is there? That you can't really just tell at a glance.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to see that kind of knew what was going to happen, I think. As soon as they saw certain heroes, they had their responses. You rarely see these days, even if teams do have like a preferred way of playing against certain heroes, they normally still take the time. But the support spending things is like, it's a really Russian thing. I think they started doing it a lot in the galvanized help teams. Sorry, the Warcry thing.
Well, I
Yeah,
think they're
this
finally dipping into the reserve time. Team Spirit did not use a single second on that. What's the last pick here? I mean, you have some initiation.
Plane or a mid hero.
Yeah.
They already have some initiation through the Centaur. And goes for Blink, but most likely he goes Solar Crest and War items, I think. So, still do a Core Venge and have a Lone Druid mid and pick up another range support, but I feel like they'd be better off picking up a different core. I don't think Venge is the amazing as a core this game.
So easy for Team Spirit to track her down, I feel like. Or just keep her out of the fight, just with Bane. Weaver can just put the bugs on her and right click her down a little bit. It's like too much of a reliability, it feels like, maybe? I don't know. Do end up going back for the Bat Rider. Oh.
I believe that's a mid-bat rider. Unless they do safe lane center. That's also very feasible. Yeah, he likes his bat. I've seen this a few times before.
Oh yeah,
Now they have this like really strong initiation, and they also have a hero that's pretty good at getting into positions to cut waves and split push. Now they've got 3 heroes that can pretty comfortably clear waves. I'm not going to count the spend. He needs time to do it, and he might not get it. That's important against draw strats. Like they don't have the best amount of actual deep-push when they hit towers in Spirit, but they do have ways of engaging on top of them now, so I like how they went about this, and their lanes should go decent, I think.
definitely need to have some sort of plan up against draw strike like this, because otherwise they can get online so fast and are at your base in like 15 minutes. And if you have no wave clear, if you have no way to counter that out otherwise, you can run into problems and lose the game very quickly. But as I said, they have these tools with also the combination just from the center on the bat. You managed to work that into your draft. You have that extra ability to make sure that you can get some safe pick-offs by dragging them further away than you otherwise would be able to in the early stages.
Kind of just gives you, as soon as you've got Blink, you've got way more pick-off, your team can get in better positions quicker. The reach is just longer, which is really nice in kind of game.
Trying to scope out the plays up here, but nothing crazy will happen. 2 for 2 rune exchange. There's a Doi up top here, together with Roger and Zeke babysitting him for the time being. How much is this Weaver going to get with the supports sticking around here in the top lane?
I think with the support stick, he's pretty screwed. But it does depend. They only have the 1 sentry on them and they don't have any dust, so can fog the stuns pretty easily. Their sentry placement is bad. I think it's going to depend a lot on that. And if he manages to get a few levels, he'll be okay. Sladar's going to help zone them out a bit, I think, but very likely to beating.
Up now, exchanging a couple of things. Yeah, wards will be eaten from both sides. So
Let's use the Spirit. Like they win this lane just off that exchange now. So Weaver can stay up here on his own. You can check they have no sentries in their inventory. Slider can move around and do whatever he wants while Goblins just sap free experience. There's nothing they can really do to him. Unless he too greedy for a kill maybe. To get free experience. And that's 3 heroes that they're committing up here to not accomplish anything. They need to kind of move, I think. Otherwise they're just losing 2 lanes.
Still trying to make a play perhaps, and as I said, I mean, without any sort of extra detection, there's really no way they can do that unless DK Phobos kind of uses Shikuchi aggressively and then stays in that position, which is very unlikely to say the least.
Well, he's just going to look at experience, get some last hits, and the game's going to be very happy right now.
Charger on the other side of the map, trying to do the same thing, but having a bit of a harder time at it. You only had to TP out, got back to the fountain, or to the shrine I should say, just in time.
A soldier's fortune.
Still managing to grab some levels down here though, so it's not too bad I suppose. Unless
if
they
had both supports in this lane, they could put so much pressure on this draw.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Even with the Bane
And the
here.
Viper's a kill mid as well. Yeah. The only thing is it's very obvious if they do rotate away. Because ward at the side from it's getting a lot of vision on how the support moves this game. They'd have to do like some very quick kind of TPing around if they wanted to the element of surprise.
So far they're not showing any inclination to do that. So yeah.
I think it's just gonna slowly loosen the game, to be honest, if they don't get something done early.
Well, I guess you could argue mid doesn't actually need the help, because right now Afro Ninja is even wrecking Iceberg. Okay.
First
That was a bit too deep.
Yeah, but it's kind of like, it's 3 kills on either lane if they move around and get rotational stun. Like, Loser can stand against Weaver pretty comfortably when you just have a TP out and a raw. That you can deal with that lane. It's not a favourable matchup by any means, but the best kind of players are heroes that want to deal with the problems and then help the team out by taking the hit. The one thing they are managing to do there is they are getting levels. It's not like the entire lane is still level 2.
Yep.
They're managing to get pulls off and not hurting them as much as it could have been.
A golden thread.
So
Don't you dare.
same time for Team Spirit. I mean, still spending some time down bottom. Where's Spain at right now actually? Yeah, back to base now. Wake walked his way back up here. While he brought down Chargelo once, they could probably do that same thing again if they find him with another Nightmare to crush combo. As FNG is sticking around a little bit more in this bottom area, bottom half of the map.
Haste.
Yeah, and I think this is where we're gonna see rotation. Then coming down bottom, then just have a TP they can smoke off.
Roger Zeke smoking up
This
here.
could be
Yeah.
some bait.
And yeah, Yola is very far forward, no Slaughter to help out. And the Charger can get a stun off. So it might just be a dead Bane right here.
It knows it now.
He's positioned though for BCC, is able to walk away. Roger going in very deep, almost in tower range. Now Nightmare. FG can through, ready with a follow-up crush. They actually have enough damage to confuse this Phantom with one right? Not exactly. In fact, this is Slaughter who died first. Just goes to show that as a support even. It's still very tanky, very hard to burst down if we don't have enough nukes.
Hey, it's just over the Warcraft, so it's a very common thing with stun. It's not like they max the stun and go back for it. They always
God,
just
middle lane. What? That
Yeah,
was...
this is why they picked Spat Rider, by the way, as well. It actually does well in the lane of like a lot of other heroes.
That was 6 stacks with Napalm on you, and it's... I don't know, it's almost just misplay, isn't it? I mean, is there any reason you would allow yourself to get that?
Definitely would have lived if he sticked first, but he probably just didn't.
Wow, top lane. Okay, that works too. Caught that by accident almost here, but gets rooted under the sentry wall and then just right click down. There's some good solo kills there for team effect, kind of putting them ahead here. Freeing up the spots even more, I suppose.
You're too close to do that for you, it helps a lot. Now they've got lasso, so they could fairly easily get a kill on the back foot.
So many things just coming into place on this fight. Like I said, with the lasso, Icebergs being dragged back and more, Stick Charge will keep him alive a little bit longer, but he eventually burns to death. That TP reaction way too late from Yawn. Now Ninja has enough Firefly left. Make his way up to the high ground, but DK Phobos make a rotation around, gets some bugs on the 2 supports, and he wants them. There's no shrine, so they might be able to get one, especially with the crush from FG. Just still being nibbled away at. He needs to get rid of this bug. And oh, he will barely not be able to. Damn. That dilemma that you find yourself in when you have to run, but you also have to hit that bloody thing.
I think it's a good hero. I think it's still probably favouring effect a bit though. It's really nice that the Weaver gets involved in a few kills early and gets a bit more gold from direct UCS in the lane. But it's 2 supports at the end of the day, and Viper's not a good comeback hero. He needs the laning page to like snowball for him. slightly easier to farm, I suppose, when you've got a Growl and there's like Hammer the Dominator and stuff in the game now, but not a hero you want to be off the map farming with. You want to be using your laning stage to get you 1 or 2 items and then start fighting and pushing powers.
Yep.
And the more depth you have before that and the less items you have because of it, it just makes the other team's life so much easier.
Especially if you don't have any supports really that can defend you. Sure, you have a Bane, Defensive Nightmare, can be useful, but usually very tricky to use compared to something like even the Shadow Demon Disruption. Yeah.
Like, you can dodge both the stuns.
Yeah.
The nice bit about it. You can dodge Centaur Stun, you can dodge a Double Edge as well, so... Well, at least dodge the animation for it being cast, I suppose.
Yep.
Yeah, there are ways to make it useful, but in a hectic team fight, it's probably not going to save you.
Yeah.
More like small skirmishes where it's going to be good.
It's not like a Dazzle or an Omni-Knight or something that just heals you and sticks around that way.
They keep you alive by being aggressive and disabling them and killing them instead of vice versa.
Top lane, that'll be pushed up by Effect. Thorn just nibbling away at the tower. FG is sitting around here, just making sure the DK Phobos doesn't get dove, I suppose, more than anything else. But meanwhile, down bottom, you see a situation brewing here with Vengeful Spirit coming around from back, Charger running in. They get stunned onto BZZ, double stun as well with the follow-up from Charger, and they should be able to finish up BZZ. Stick charges up, he's still alive. It should be able to salve up too now. Dodge some of that extra damage, or just heal up through the extra damage from the damage over time from Alpha Ninja, I believe. Still have to go back, as that also cancels the salve, but that's not what Effect was looking for.
That could have been so much messier than it was, so... the bat was so close to getting the lasso, we misjudged his mana. So at the start I got stun off and that kind of kept the engagement at a 0-0. Otherwise I think Effect get at least 2 kills.
And
then possibly a tower.
Be almost devastating. Look at the net worth, Zador is already pulling ahead extremely fast with that pressure and that attention down in the bottom lane. Kind of shifting it away from him. So he has the jungle, he has the lane to work with. So you're up to 5.2k.
Haste.
And his team's going to be able to make a lot of space in the fights. So it can be the Resurrect hero he wants to be.
Now we see the items that he's queued up. It's kind of the standard Maelstrom Dragonlance build. So probably going to see that. Already has the extra attack range, obviously.
The hero doesn't really deviate items with the first 20 minutes. Biggest deviation I normally see is Treads or Phase. But I think Treads is just better in a real game.
Do you ever put something on the bear these days? Apart from that normal venom? I mean, he has a closer pace even on him now for some reason.
He had it for hitting the tower, I believe. I kind of like boots on the bear still, but I haven't played the hero that much, and Rabbit gives you so much move speed you don't need the boots. So it's more just about building your hero up. I don't think you see items on the bear until you start like, do you sell your healer or do you put it on the bear? You might as well put it on the bear.
Absolutely.
Fuck that.
Unless you desperately need the money, but normally you're not in a situation to do that. Okay.
Unless someone on your team has a lads or something, yeah. Probably just an active item or a carrier after you get 6 spotted.
Yeah.
Bear's mostly there as a scouting tool and a savage roll. With the 20-minute mark or so. Because right now the bear's still very relevant as a roofed hero and it's tanky, it does a lot of tower damage. But once Team Spirit get like their first round of items, they get so much physical damage.
Smoke into Blink, extra movement speed to drag him back.
A soldier's fortune.
It's a textbook kill, not so much to say about that. Sven also committed Scott strength. There's extra damage on the support coming through to try and chip through his tower, and I don't believe Team Spirit want to fight into this, but Yol? Alright, that is not the path to take. He gets stunned up, and BZZ also a little bit too close. They're still tracking down people here. Sador Yol actually surviving against the Fiend's Grip off, trading his life for the bear. Definitely worth it, especially if you can get Roger on top of that. Fight's not over yet. DK Phobos, he's chasing. Stun does not connect to him, and Alpha Ninja, well, he has to heal up on the shrine. Even with the amplified damage, it's not enough for DK Phobos to actually burst him down, so instead he goes for Zeke in the back. That should be a chew, and meanwhile FG and BZZ are not done yet. Another crush. Another couple of right clicks. Chargelo is tanky, but not tanky enough. He will die, but BZZ is also burning in the fire. 4-4. I don't know what kind of trade this is, but it will turn into a full 5-minute wipe over the course of a minute or so on the side of Team Effect.
That's game-winning shit right there. Let's split their heroes way too much. They went 2 up here, 2 down here, and you can't do that against this kind of lineup right now, especially when you'd already used your initiation pool. You just do not have the control for heroes like Weaver, and then this hero will win you the fight on its own.
They brought down a Viper, and then Yol just kind of drags 2 people out of position. They are unable to kill him, so he still gets the spells off. Meanwhile, BZZ also survives and keeps blinking away. It's kind of worst case scenario. He breaks smoke, FNG will see him. And the rest of Team Spirit still smoked up, so Effect might not necessarily know there's more to it in here, especially because they have that ward, not spotting anything else. They're still moving in, starting to charge as Zeke and charge low. And the sidelines here, they stun up the Centaur, and this is probably what they say, alright, better not risk it after what just happened in mid lane. Nope, what is that? A lasso? They thought otherwise. Moving in, nice little double crush there on the side. On the bear, Viper and front lines, popping the mech to try and stay alive, and it's in fact the Centaur who dies first. Savage roll to give them enough space, but it's gonna be a dead bear too, so extra 300 gold for the DK Foes only who got blasted there.
That's the power of Myth. The second you get a level 4 swarm on you, it's impossible to fight in this kind of early game when you don't burst the heroes down and have a quick way out.
Drow Ranger.
Between the helm and the mech, the team is at its peak right now. It might be slightly behind in the overall scheme of things if you consider how well Effect had been farming and been playing. But now they've just kind of given away a lot of the lead and Team Spirit hit their stride.
Finds Rogers, could be free pick off unless Effect want to try and fight this. Phobos is there, yeah. Bugs on top. I'll just have to let it go, but a silence here on the Vengeful Spirit. Did not get the memo. So poor Zeke will also take his spill. Kind of falling apart here. This will also turn into tier 2. BZZ is not quite level 12 yet, but level 1 marksmanship together with the Viper and Yol can still be more than enough to bring down his tier 2. Meanwhile, on the side of the maps, Toy will be crushed up. FNG showing off this new blink dagger, amplified damage up on him too. Now for Ninja, trying to do what he can to help no one TP'd up to the other side, so Toy will be able to rely on this massive amount of move speed to get him out of dodge this time. Oh, really? Blinks from both sides. Now Shacho showing up his own blink with a crush. This should be that starter. But one cost Phobos. He gets stunned up. Now time comes back to the other side. I'll call it quits. Not take any more chances here with diminished capacity here. One went down.
Take that.
Yeah, it's much better they decide to continue farming while the Drow's on the other side of the map. I don't know what Effect needed to do before, I think. They needed a bit more discipline. But they couldn't get out, and it's really cost them now. Team Spirit, I don't think gonna let up on the pressure too much. And if they continue 5-manning, Effect don't have the best ways of initiating into them yet. Like the fact that they have a clean getaway, sure Stampede help, but good teams are gonna react to that quicker than you can Stampede away unless it's like near a hill or something here and you can drag them across.
Yep.
That is the worst arrow I think I've ever drawn. But it was. So
yeah, I was not showing it for too long, so don't worry.
There's also a diffuser on Reaper now, so there's ways to get rid of the war cry, ways to slow them down. Even getting rid of rabbits a huge deal as a defensive mechanism for the long druid. So right now they have like everything they need, and the only problem they're gonna have is that they get very fucking
Oh, maybe it's not too much a problem if they can get Sandar, but nice to swap out from Zeke. He will die for the cause more than likely with FG. Spending a crush to do so, but still they got to tier 2, they've been defending the tier 1 still down bottom. It looks like they're pretty effective at actually countering that out.
I mean, just look how greedy he could have just TP'd out instead of trying to farm neutral, and he was kind of lucky that the Bane went the way they didn't see him, so he didn't dead.
15% best chance to not. You need 17% at least. You would have been able to cancel that TP after crush, but hey. So
the bot slider doesn't exactly hit the fastest, so
yeah.
I'd say it's fair odds that you get out there, and it's also fair odds you don't get out. No, it's just luck.
Yep. I do like that he's
for them though is that Sadoi is keeping really on top of the network, and once he has like a Mjolnir and the other two heroes, then
God, look at this Centaur, he's so low. Half Ninja will see what's going on and keep him safe, but himself not so much. Straight into Viper. Well, he was winning very hard on laning stage, but now Iceberg getting his retribution. Man. It's also holding the Aegis, so he can play a little bit more fast and loose if he wants to. I just swing around the backside, maybe try and find Zadai. Or just focus on the last remaining objective on the outside. Tier 2 up top.
Most safe objective available.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Don't really see a reason for them to try and do anything silly on the high ground. When Batriders respawn and then you get lassoed in and pulled into a really bad engagement with the champion. I mean, they know it's on cooldown for a while, but tier 2's a lot safer.
Finish that one off. Question is, will they continue up there? No?
They want to fight. They don't need an Aegis to fight, but they do need an Aegis to like go high ground. And they have 2 minutes on it, so they could probably look for a fight and then maybe a tier 3 if they get lucky.
Especially with the damage we're doing. This is the best time to fight by far for Team Spirit. They will see that Sadoi is sitting around, yeah, they need to converge on him, they need to have some sort of control. DK Phobos, all he has is the slow Tune Blade. There's also plenty of others here from Effect as initiating on the bear, Roger in the back, running in together with Shatra's ultimate. They only brought down the Bane. Now FNG actually gets the crush off first, and Shatra, well, he is really dead despite his attempt to swap out, but he's only setting up for the last of Jar Ranger. And this is a very valuable kill to get indeed. Iceberg and DK Phobos still trying to find something else, force away from Alpha Ninja, but that's slow. Way too hard to deal with. DK Phobos can just get an angle so far for Ninja. It's fogging him inside the trees, but all it really does is keep them around there. Just can't chase anyone else.
And now they're setting the bottom as well, but that's what's up. I mean, considering Team Spirit weren't all there at the start of that engagement and the Viper was like waddling over, says how hard it is for Effect to get a fight right now. Like, Seedoi can do damage to the lasso hero, but that's kind of it. Batrider went for drums after his fairly good start, so he wanted to get the stats and like the extra team kind of aspect, but when you buy this item and then you lose 2 team fights on the back, it really hurts the game. Centaur's never really gotten to a point where he feels pain. Like, he's got 1600 health, sure, but he's an initiator.
Yeah.
Or a counter initiator. Where he blinks and 4 staffs and looks, do it again. Not someone that's particularly staying in the front lines. And they don't really care. They just silence him and move on to the bigger targets.
Yeah.
Like the Lone Druid. They're getting really punished for 2 heroes not having a big enough impact right now, which is mostly due to their 2 fights earlier. the best way of getting back into the game is like trying to smoke like they're doing now, and up the wards, get some vision and fight under that where maybe Team Spirit aren't 5 heroes or they aren't expecting the angle. It looks like they're just going to have to take a tower. It's not necessarily a bad smoke, but they get a division off. You can collect a tower that's pretty low and then they can go back to defend the high ground.
It's no ages anymore, so it's as safe as it could be. And they always have to worry about this kind of blink lasso initiation. Every ultimate is up for effect, the swap as well, yeah. Some of the things that can go wrong here if you're not careful. As we mentioned before, there's not too much defensive utility on the side of Team Spirit either. Apart from the Nightmare and I guess the mech to some degree, force toss of their own to try and get them back out. I can definitely understand why they're a little bit more careful now.
Oh, their game plan was to draw them back, and then they forced them to be 5 heroes, which is how Team Spirit want the game to be played. The map's not being split up at all, effect them moving around as 5 because they are about to get their high ground pushed in. They don't.
Yep.
And tier 3s are extremely valuable now. One of them opens up the game so much. And they got that down to 400. Just under 5, sorry. So one more hit at that, they can hit shrines and that opens up the game so much. Makes Roshan 100 times easier to take.
Both teams know the stakes. Effect huddling together, same for Spirit, they were maybe hoping for someone to walk up inside their own jungle. Oh, they have an angle up top,
Yeah,
green screen. And the fact that
Yeah,
everyone's
they
on the
just force them back, and then they run away, and they fight it. It's kind of how this game goes. Out of mouth.
It's never really fun for the team that's like always stepping behind, it's missing the map control. They have some vision out, but yeah. I mean, they have the vision out, but it doesn't really matter if no hero is ever there in that area. Is there?
Mine.
Tier 2's being hit when they can just say, okay, we'll take your tier 3, or we'll take Roshan when it's up. Meanwhile, we'll farm your entire jungle. And they
get some kills.
Value from their wards.
Charge able to force stuff out.
This one is very common, but they haven't had the space in their jungle to go reward it yet, and then this one just sits in between 2 sentries, so they have no idea it's at all.
Yeah. Notice that,
and it's gonna be like huge for Team Spirit. They're always gonna see when heroes are gonna engage. It's very common you like smoke on the low ground here in case they have a ward on your base. I can see that water doing a lot of more work than it's already done.
That's where the game's at now. Rather quiet laning stage. We had a lot of action, and now we find ourselves in this position that's really awkward for effect. Is there any way other than just trying to smoke and hope for maybe Team Spirit to step it down a bit to try and break out of this contain?
Well, their best hope is that Team Spirit go high ground and they soften lasso them in. I think if they try and smoke out, they're just going to lose engagement straight up because they have no vision right now. The move they did there was like enough to secure the high ground, but it was also super risky. So their adventurous side might not come through again for a while. So I do think they have to contest Roche. Do not see a way they win this game if a second Aegis hits in the hands of a Drow or a Viper. Maybe even the Weaver, you know, but probably Drow. So.
Well, that's also the interesting thing if you look at the network distribution. Drow, Viper, and Weaver are all at pretty much the same level, within like 200, 300 gold of each other. But then if you look at effects, just based on the fact that they were so trapped in a base until now, they gave all the farm to Sadoi.
Oh, this is huge actually. That's how their lineup works anyway though, like Centaur and Batrider are the ones who look for space. Ben might be the one who catches the free farm if there's anywhere.
It is Blink Lasso, Shot from off the ultimate, trying to get the back, but it's a very tanky target. Nightmare dodged off the damage, Shuttle's still in the back, but we see follow-up stun from Shatner, but they don't have the damage to follow it up really, so only now starting to right-click, bring down a Viper, one more trade for the support, support Sven. So
That's having a butterfly right there.
double crush, double stomp as well from Charge now, and Team Spirit. That is not how they wanted it to go. He overextending and being punished heavily by that one last right click will connect. Ultra kill for Sadoy. And BZZ, well, not even done yet. They're also tracking him down with the blink and another stomp. It's a 5-man wipe for Team Spirit. They've been looking so safe this entire time, and now all of a sudden you lose all your heroes. You only have one buyback. You don't have a tier 2. You have a lone druid working away to a tier 3 who, even with his new builds, or especially with his new build, is still chopping through towers.
Way faster than the old build. That was 99% because they just got a butterfly and they took a fight on their terms for the first time this game. They were the ones initiating into a situation that was actually favourable for them.
Yep.
And no one from Spirit was in position to stop this lone druid right clicking. Like, the Weaver was never able to get in at all and do his job. Ada was crushing other heroes, and then you have this hero that's hitting for like 300 damage plus Maelstrom bot. And he hits pretty fucking fast. It's not like it's 1 a second or something, it's a lot more than that.
It is absolutely ridiculous, yeah. He hits 0.4 second attack speed, so it's like 2 times and a little bit.
5 every 2.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
It's not bad.
And that's not by any means game breaking for Spirit. Sure, losing a rat sucks, but they get the big objective in the Roche. They just need to, I think, understand what happened last fight. They didn't lose it because they played in a really bad spot or because they aren't winning the game. They lost it because they didn't touch one hero that actually does damage.
Yep. They kind of ran right into his... Yeah, it feels like they kind of ran right into that. Because it started off with like Viper and Sven dying on each side, and then Spirit came back in trying to find something else. They got initiated on by this Chargler, who was their frontliner, that's still left if you discount the Sven. For Sadoy to make sure that he can't get these right clicks off, that Spirit cannot actually get across to take him out of the plane.
I actually put the Aegis on Viper again, which I'm kind of surprised about, but I guess he's the more durable tower hitter. If Jarl dies, you might just die again. Viper at least does a bit more damage when he's taking the flash.
Phobos here, they will find him, force him forward, rush and try and turn this around, but FG, well, they have to get his way out of there as well. Same for the Viper, force stopping across, but sometimes look at his range, look at his attack speed. And the rest of his team should easily be able to finish Iceberg off, unless FG has something to say about it. But Shachlo, well, he does the same kind of thing. Blink, stomp, and then you're dead. Hits on 2. Viper's gonna come right back, but there's no way he survives this one. Sadoy just waiting to lay siege to him.
He has this ward in the area, and then they get caught where it doesn't actually give them anything. So, fortunately for them, they just completely through this game.
Well, he's to get half an ninja for free. Is he? Is he getting shot for 2? Alright.
That's salvage, boys.
Yeah.
That's 2 kills, Exam.
Yeah.
I believe salvage is the word. He just got like 2k gold off that.
That's a BKB queued up. It's gonna go a long way towards that to make sure that he does not get caught out by all these stuns.
I still don't think they can actually fight Lone Druid now though, he's too fat. They could do it with the butterfly I think, if they actually got the converge on him, but now he has Satanic. They don't really have the lockdown outside of the team trip. Which in a chaotic fight is really unfeasible. They get it on that hero and it's dealt with.
A golden thread.
Right now. Almost at a level 25 spot as well. But I guess you could say, of all the talents of Lone Druid in particular, level 25 is the least important for the way he wants to play.
But the Savage Raw thing, it gets you lose half of the cooldown.
Yeah.
If you look at it like that, it suddenly has a quarter up.
It's pretty good.
It is a really, really good talent.
It is good if you can keep your bear alive, I guess, because
Even if it's just you.
do you still actually want to be in that range?
Yeah, well, Weaver, Slider, they're going to be on top of you, you know, so... It's not as good this game because they're ranged heroes, but... You know, good players will keep the bear alive. They'll learn to use it for the roar instead, I think.
Well, both teams smoked up,
Let's
but
go.
there's initiation of effect. They will find the Bane taking him out first. And the swap out for Iceberg, forced off back on Zeke. Still being kept alive, there's just no damage coming through. Double stop shots from Stoy, just absolutely tearing through them. He was down just like that. DK Phobos, well, he's just running for his life right now. But he will get the stun, and he is dead. DED dead. Triple kill for Sudor, Godlike's free, no big surprise. 11, 1 and 7 right now is the scoreline. They're drawing the line, they want to get T2, they want to get the seconds and racks off that too if they are not stopped, if Team Spirit can't find a way to get a good team fight off.
Thanks.
This is like...
Radiant's bottom tower
They
is
can't find a fight because their initiation is a Slada, you know?
Yeah.
But the game kind of completely turned on the back of Team Spirit doing this fight here. And now they just, they're playing so much confidence, all their initiations are working, their heroes are all a lot more relevant than they were when they were losing fights, and it's the opposite of Spirit, you know, their heroes are getting weaker.
Blink Lasso, Nightmare, not touching too much, follow-up Stomp, and yeah, poor Bane just dies as collateral damage, just died to Shrapnel, and well, Roger's just playing zoning hero. He might give his own life, just maybe not that. He's just running out with health, shot to zone, but FG, nice little crush. DK Phobos with his BKB, just trying to clean up a little bit. They will get 2 kills, but the big chopper is still there. Sudor, he does not give a damn about anything. Now for Ninja coming right back with a buyback, but now it's only those two. So Sudor alone left first time in this game, and that's big spree going the way of Iceberg.
That's a gem as well if they can understand it so well.
Bit of a
Well,
let's back. Man, this game is
they just...
game of
I don't
turnarounds.
know what the Sven decided to... Maybe they got a bit too confident, but this movement just completely baited his entire team into a horrible decision. But they could have ended the game right there, but they got really, really greedy.
I mean, it's okay if you make that movement to just keep Spirit in their base for a couple of seconds, so you can do that, so you can finish off the racks with the rest of your team, but
And they weren't doing that. I mean, Sven's not going to buy that much time. He's sure he's tanky, but...
well, if you have Sudor actually hitting it, then you don't need that much time in the first place, I guess. But yeah.
Their Russian blood told them to fight instead of hit building.
Steven died back from the bed right now. He bought back, he beat back in, because they thought, yeah, let's take this fight, let's continue. Let's keep going.
That I didn't notice. He doesn't really need any more items anyway, so it doesn't matter that much. He like Refresher, if you PPE, a Yule's, Axe, but it's just not necessary at all. The only thing he needs is like vision in fights, and then he gets a clean initiation off every time, and